To it.
Yo,
Okay,
D&D Beyond
D&D
just
Beyond.
D&D Beyond just posted an article 2 hours ago. Playing as a vampire in D&D.
Well, one of these days we'll purify you. But anyways, so last time on Beyond the World's Veil, Peepaw and friends managed to fend off the oncoming skeletons as Kenny vigorously flipped levers, hoping to stop the spike trap from descending upon him. With a flip here and flip there, he managed to position the levers correctly, disabling and resetting the trap, releasing him from his would-be tomb, and disenchanting the skeletons that were moving in on the rest of the party. With that, the final puzzle piece was completed, and the portal opened in the main chamber. You guys moved through the portal, emerging on the peak of the mountains and facing the god worm himself. And they somewhat listened to the worm's tale as he presented the crystal was infected. The plot to siphon the evil from the crystal was revealed from his story, and the party members each decided to read the plaques upon the... Sorry. My grammar's a little off. But the plot to siphon the evil from the crystal was revealed. The party members each solved a riddle which called upon the elements to assist in the purification process. And a crackle sounds and time froze as three monstrous creatures emerged from this crystal.
3 what creatures?
Monstrous.
Okay.
Well, yes, so you guys made pretty easy means of them. But
I mean, I wouldn't call it easy. I would say we used our shit correctly.
True. Well, anyways, Peapot and friends featuring Silva managed to eliminate the threat and restore the crystal's power and the flow of time. The godworm then thanked the group and granted a gem onto the party, one of which that you guys could use to summon the godworm in a time of need. Please don't squander this.
They're literally in my inventory.
There you go.
However, the godworm took the crystal back and flew into the skyline, leaving our beloved members upon the peaks of the mountains. Now we tune in to see where their adventure will take them next.
Yeah, we're gonna go get a cart back. We're gonna go get paid. And we're getting off this dang island.
All right, so leaving the peak of the mountain, you guys can very easily return through the same portal that was there, that you guys went through. Getting back into the cavern, riddled with puzzles, and they're all still set, so you know that you could return here at any point if you necessarily needed to. It doesn't seem like anybody comes through and resets this stuff. So the front door being opened at this point, you guys are able to walk out of the dungeon itself pretty easily.
Can we close it?
If you want to close the front doors, the big doors that had the Terran written on them, you guys...
Yeah, how did we open them initially?
They weren't actually locked. They just had a saying on them. You guys were able to just push them open. They were very large cast iron doors, so they were heavy, but, you know, you guys, between the four of you, you could manage it. And, however, if you want to close them, you can. If you want to seal them, you could. That's all your call. Are you guys sealing it, or just kind of closing them and just kind of like, hopefully nobody ventures in here?
I mean, it's not like we give a shit about anything in here, right? The crystal's fucked off with a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you leave the doors, you kind of venture out, and you're back onto the downward slope of the mountains. You do find Buttercup, your trusty steed, who has helped you a little bit so far. Not as much as you'd expect. but he was still tied off to one of the trees just outside the dungeon. You gather him up and move on down the cliffside, and once again encounter the bridge. I will mention it is the middle of the day, so I take it Kenny is back in his bag of holding.
Yes, we
So-
we have put the Pokemon back in the ball.
So I
Kenny,
need
Kenny,
the other
Kenny,
three of
Kenny.
you
Kenny.
to make acrobatic checks going across this bridge, just one each.
Oh boy, let's not crit fail this early. Hey,
Oh,
look,
good.
17.
Oh, 18. Let's go.
Nice. Oh, so you guys did fine. So you guys each take your time. You remember earlier that the bridge was a little rickety, and that there was a couple of planks that Silva had almost broken through. So you managed to step accordingly across, and you guys made it across without much trouble. And you make your way back down the mountain, and you find yourselves entering into the desert again. Now you are presented with the open desert at this point. There is no path that necessarily led to here. There was a slight path up the mountain, but nothing in the desert, as the sands kind of cover it over time. And obviously not many people have gone this way. Is there a specific direction? Are you heading straight for Murax Lake Tower, or...
East, we gotta go east.
So you're just heading straight east, and you just want to... You're just bypassing Trey Sand, and... Are you gonna... Heading directly east would cut through Humith.
We're gonna avoid Humith.
I was like, give me a second. I was muted. I was like, we are
Okay.
avoiding Humith, guys.
Alright. So...
That place needs a little while to cool down.
Yeah, it's only been a few weeks since you guys blew it up. So, with your heading set to east, you guys head that direction. You start to see through the desert's winds and sands the towers of, or what's left of the towers of Humith start to come across the horizon, and you decide to head a little bit south to kind of skate around it by a mile or two. And you find yourselves coming from the desert into the forest's edge, just south of Murax Lake Tower. This is where you last left off from, what's it called? The mage that was agreed to repair your cart that he had unintentionally destroyed with his little tidal wave to help you out with help Kenny out with the kobold incident. Your cart, you do not see it as you approach the tower, but you do see across the bridge that is now repaired and a little bit more sturdy from the first time that you guys came across it. You see your cart is across the bridge and tied off to a stone on the other side of the bridge. You do not readily see the mage himself as to whether or not he's home. You're not sure. You guys going up to the door to knock?
Yeah, I guess. Hello, you owe me a cart.
Hello. Anyone home?
Alright. I keep forgetting to add your horsey into things. Alright. So you walk up to the house, which looks like it's being slowly restored and mended, and you see that there is smoke coming out of the chimney. You knock on the door, and you hear some rustling about inside, and just one moment. And suddenly the door jars open, and you see the old man standing there staring at you. He instantly recognizes the party and opens the door all the way and looks you up and down. Well, it's been a minute, and I'm glad that you guys are okay. Have you come to collect your cart?
Yes.
Kenny.
Greg, you're muted if you were talking.
Wait,
Yeah,
is Kenny
sorry.
still in the bag?
I am. Okay.
I mean, it's
I'm
been
just talking.
it
You
has
can't hear
been
me.
it has been a few days, so this hasn't been very quick. So he has come out occasionally at night, but during the day, you guys have been putting him in the bag. I mean, you've had
He can
cloudy.
sleep. He can
I think.
sleep there, and he's our watch. He's our front watch. He's
Yeah.
our evening watch.
Does anybody are there any people around in the places that we stopped at? Because I have to eat too. So according to this article I
Unfortunately,
just read.
unfortunately not. The only place that may have had people
Oh.
was probably Humith, and you guys avoided it.
Oh. That's okay. I
You
don't mind that.
you can go all Twilight and hunt down some deer.
Ugh,
Get sparkly if you
fine.
wish.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, he's hot.
I'm peeking.
Not peeking.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, let's just say here. Let me roll a quick deer roll here.
Quick deer
There's
roll.
a quick a quick deer roll. I don't know.
I'm gonna need you to roll for deer. Oh, okay.
Roll for deer. Let me see if there's any deer. Let's see if I can catch one. Is that animal handling or animal eating?
I feel like this said nature, right? Because you're
Yeah,
hunting, right?
yeah,
Wouldn't that
you're
make sense?
hunting, I would say nature. You're
Okay.
trying to hunt
All
it
right.
down and track it.
Oh yeah. I'm tracking a deer right now. Here I go. Oh, it's a 13. What do we think? What do we think? Did I find a deer? Did I find a mare? Did I find a doe? Did I find a buck?
Did you find a book?
A deer, a female deer.
I'll see.
No.
We'll see.
Ray Romano.
I'll say that. I mean, you guys did head into a pretty heavily wooded area, so finding a deer probably wouldn't be too far off of the possibility. So, you did find
Give me a
one.
rabbit. Actually, never mind. I see now why that would be a problem.
We're starting to.
I mean, he
throw
doesn't have to
morals.
know.
Okay, wait. Are there also rabbits in this universe? Like just regular rabbits?
Yes.
Probably.
It's like non-sentient
I mean,
rabbits,
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
or humanoid
whoa,
sentient.
right? They're
sentient,
like,
sentient.
whoa, how'd you do that? Wow, you have MySpace? Wow. All right. So what did I get, John?
All right. So I'll say it was pretty easy to find deer, especially you being the one to watch while everyone kind of takes their rests. You were able to go hunting early in the morning, and out of the couple days of being in the woods, you caught at least one deer that you were able to satisfy your need for blood. Being a vampire and all, it must be pretty satisfying to drink a pretty hefty amount of blood, seeing how deer probably have more than humans, I would assume, being significantly larger. But it has quenched your taste for, or your drive for the time being.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Back into the bag you go.
Back
Yeah,
in
literally.
the bag. So that does bring us to the old man in the tower. He does have your cart, and as he said, you come back to collect your cart.
Yes, please and thank you. We would like to get off this continent sooner rather than later.
He gives you a solid nod and just kind of beckons you with a little wave of the hand down to where your cart was tied off earlier. And you see, as he gets closer, he waves his hand up over it, and a sigil appears and then bursts and falls apart, and the reins of the actual cart itself drop down onto the ground. Here, your cart is free to take. I've also reinforced the
Fantastic.
bridge. I apologize for the damages to it, but I'm glad that you returned for it.
I mean, it is an important tool that, as long as the gods feel happy to leave for us, we will use.
All right, so you gather your cart up. Is there anything else you would like to inquire with the old man? He is starting to ascend the steps back up to his tower. If you want to catch his attention. If not, you guys can continue on your path.
Can you remind me like what this guy what we learned from this guy?
Well, so when you last came here, You killed off the ogres that were originally had taken over and destroyed the place, and then made your way in through a basement tunnel to the cave behind, and you found a trinket that had encased his soul.
And we broke it.
And you broke. Well, yeah, you broke it. It possessed Kenny for a hot second, and then he left. 'Cause I think Kenny went unconscious or something like that. But you had released his body, and he had returned to his body that was up in the tower.
Oh, right. He was the ghost, and he was just like, "Oh, I possess you now." And I'm like, "Do you want this trinket?" And he's like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah,
And then he fucked
then
off.
fuck
He's like,
off,
"All right,
yeah.
yes, yes."
I'm sorry about
yes.
the whole ghost thing.
Sorry about the whole ghost thing. Sorry about the possession. No worries.
So he
Happens.
I guess you can consider it like a type of Horcrux if you want. But so you guys essentially had freed him. He was captured in the trinket, and you had freed him. So he was in debt to you, and then Kenny ended up washed up on the other shore and was being dragged away by kobolds, which he somehow managed to get away.
Hey, quick question for you, Mister. Not you, DM, you dwarf boy, in character. Just a quick question. You wouldn't happen to know of a vampire around these parts, would you?
He stops dead in his tracks, and he kind of has a pondering look over his face. He turns back and looks over towards you and... A vampire? I haven't heard of a vampire in these parts in ages. Why do you ask?
'Cause there's one in the desert.
You see a concerned look come across his face at this point, and then you see it start to subside. And, well, if it's in the desert, it sounds like it's Traysand's problem. They're the ones that control the deserts to the south.
So we're on the same page. Understood.
Is there anything else you'd like to know about the vampires? Like how to rid your friend here of one?
I mean, it would be great to know how to turn him back into a normal person. But I was pretty sure we were just gonna find a high-level holy man to cure him of his curse.
Yeah, that's essentially what he was gonna get to. Just, well, the easiest way to cure him would be to find one of the holy disciples to remove the curse from his body. Either that or eliminate the alpha vampire that had turned him in the first place. In all honesty, I am surprised he's still alive.
Let's just assume we're not doing the second one. What are these what you call them again?
Holy disciples?
Yeah, who are they?
You can generally find one of these high-powered holy men in any of the major cities. Humeth, Traysand, you can find Seeple Wall.
Oh, good.
Those are the ones that are nearest.
People wall it is. Understood. Anything you want to tell us about the continent across the way? Things we should know, sort of cultural stuff we shouldn't do. Maybe people don't enjoy killing and murdering, idols and bringing them back to life as their sex slaves. Normal things.
I don't know much of the lands beyond the sea, as I have not traveled farther than my lake most days.
Fantastic. All right,
I
cart it
apologize.
is. Thank you, good sir. And I just turn and start just hooking the horse up to the cart. I'm like, all right,
All right, so you get your cart turned around, and you hook it up to your draft horse, and you guys, is anybody riding on the cart besides Silva? I take it.
I mean, I'm riding on the cart.
All right. I think I said you could fit 3 people on it, so one more person could fit in the back.
And Kenny's in the bag.
Oh, so there you go. You got all 4 of you guys on it. So you guys. So you guys hop onto your cart, and with a little yeah, you guys get the horse moving on down.
Yeah. I'm sorry. With a little what, John?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and do that again. It's just a cough. But with
Oh, it
another,
wasn't Kenny throwing his voice from the bag? Man, I was confused.
Man, yeah.
You guys have about a half day's left of daylight to travel, and you get close to the large bridge that you guys scared the bandits off of earlier. It seems like a good place to make camp.
Really? Because we know this is bandit territory.
Well, I mean, you scared them off earlier.
Also, we have a vampire for a night's watch.
Oh yeah,
So,
I forgot.
like, honestly,
Honestly.
and if the bandits want to come, we probably won't get woken up, except to like dead bodies drained of their blood, and Kenny being like, "Hey guys, I'm a vampire."
I mean, at that point, it's like, hey, look, it meals on legs. What else do you want?
Yeah, right?
I ordered late night room service.
Hell yeah.
So, with your vampire buddy, you guys are a little more comfortable with your overnight stays out in the wild. But with this one, I will have you guys. Everybody's taking a good hearty nap, and Kenny, you are out and about. I do want you to make a perception check for me.
Okay. Oh, nat 20. I found God.
God, if I could just have one thing, it would be a cheeseburger.
In paradise.
Um, so the for most of the night, all you hear is just the crickets of the forest and the natural sounds just kind of echoing off of the tree lines around you. You guys made a pretty hearty camp. Your fire is starting to die out, and the embers are all that's really glowing. And you see just over the hill, just in the tree line, is a small, shadowy figure. I think you got dark vision with your vampirism, right? With your dark vision, you're able to make out a humanoid-like creature that has, it seems like a very hairy kind of creature, a lot of fur on their body, and has large fangs sticking out of the front of its mouth, cusping its lower lip. It notices that you have spotted it as you're staring it down, and it turns and starts to run into the forest. Are you looking to pursue?
Let's see
Is it
how
not a
hungry.
vampire?
Kenny's kind of hungry, I think. So let's see. Let's leave it up to the dice. D20. 1 to 10. He stays. 11 to 20. He's going to get some food. We're going to get some food.
Going to get some food. You want to know the funny part though? Werewolves have non-magic damage immunity, but their claws do normal damage, which means two werewolves fighting can't hurt each other.
It is interesting. However, it is not a werewolf. He comes back and
Nice.
says, "I'm a werewolf now." Wait, what?
Whatever.
Good morning.
John,
At this point, we're just collecting all of the mythical curses.
But okay, for argument's sake, does the werewolf and like cancel out the vampirism?
No, every full moon, he just turns into an absolutely bloodthirsty abomination.
A werewolf vampire. I am the god.
The
Kenny's
bird
gonna-
werewolf vampire.
Kenny's gonna be the BBEG you never planned to have.
But the one we deserve.
I mean, honestly, if we were going by experience, he nuked a town to start the game.
I mean, yeah.
This whole
that's
time,
a BBEG thing to do.
that assisted a vampire in getting into Trace. This guy is just slowly taking over the world without you guys even knowing it.
Look, we will happily find this boy a cheeseburger in paradise if he leaves us
That's it.
falling apart.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
world's
And then I
burning.
turn into a
That's-
dove and I fly away and burst into flames in a pitted wave.
All right. So, anyway, so all right, so you start to chase the creature into the woods, and you follow it through. It's not very fast, so you were able to catch up to it pretty quickly. And as you get closer and closer, you see it come down over a hill, and it stumbles and falls and rolls down onto the ground, and you hear just kind of a whimpering. As you get closer, you notice that it looks like a small child of a hobgoblin. I think hobgoblins are hairy. I might be wrong on that one.
No, hobgoblins are not.
They're not?
You're thinking of bugbear.
Oh, that's probably it. Well, then we'll change it. Bugbear. So now there is
Before my eyes,
a
it
young
changes into a
bugbear is
bugbear.
now laying on the ground just in front of you. You notice the small creature is absolutely terrified of you as you tower over it. It puts its hand up in whimpering stage. Please, please, no. Oh, I have a baby voice. Are you going to proceed to eat the thing?
I go, oh, hold up, Shredlord. Oh, freaking massive no biff zone right here. Oh, oh, what a thrill. Oh. Let's see if Kenny eats him.
Can he eat some?
1 to 10, he doesn't eat. 11 to 20, he eats. I don't know. Does he look delicious, John?
He looks blood filled.
Yeah, I was about to say, he looks like he's got a pretty hearty amount of blood. I mean, kids usually have a good amount of...
Is he like resisting at all? Like, does he not want
Give him a
to?
good amount of
he's-
blood.
I mean, let's be honest here. You don't have to kill him to drink some of his blood. You just drink some of his blood and then let him go.
Unless thirst takes hold.
Unless the thirst takes hold. Are you a ripper?
No witnesses.
No way.
Yeah,
God.
maybe a perception check for witnesses.
There is no one near you.
Hell yeah.
Let's see how-
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm just gonna just get on top of him, just slowly stroke the side of his face, and I'm just like open mouth beak, just sweating real hard, trying not to do this. How does he bite into the neck?
Well, you did
The beak.
awkwardly grow fangs.
Okay, cool.
So,
is he resisting? I'm assuming.
yes. Oh, yeah. No, he's spazzing out like crazy as you are trying to basically eat. He doesn't know what you're doing. He
Okay.
assumes that you're eating him.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I guess
flailing
that's
about. You do have to try to pin him down if you are going to try and suck his blood. So it will be a grapple check.
Strain this guy. All right.
Opposing grapples.
Grappling hook check. This is a strength contest, right?
Yours can be acrobatics or yours
no,
has to be
his
athletics. Right?
Athletics, yeah.
Mine can be fucking that one. So you're a little kid, makes sense.
Nice, 20.
You pin his ass. You pin his ass down to the
I look
ground.
at you and you just crumble on the ground.
You're able to pin his arms down to the ground and hold him. As you go to bite in onto his neck and you start to drain the blood from his body, I will have you do another check to see if you want to keep drinking or if you're going to stop. Because
If I can stop.
do you know how much blood he has and that what will satisfy you, or are you going to keep going? By the way, he will be turning into a vampire.
What?
Is it going to be my responsibility?
Can he not turn others into a vampire though?
Can-
Because he's
can he?
only a vampire spawn.
No, he's a vampire
Oh,
spawn.
he
He's
can't
not
do
a
it.
vampire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not until we kill the other vampire, and then he can make other vampires spawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. When was the last time I had that deer snack? That was a few days ago.
Like
I'd
2
say-
days ago, yeah.
I'd say probably a day or two ago.
And just as far as deer weight goes and this guy's weight goes, like what's the blood to
I
BMI?
really have to do this math.
Let's just see if Kenny can
Look,
stop. Here we go.
we're just gonna cut to the
vampire.
point. I
Kenny's about to kill
guarantee
a
you the
child.
blood
He's gonna kill
tastes
a
sweeter.
child. Yeah, I guarantee you're gonna kill
I'm
this
just so
child.
sorry. Let's be real.
All right, 1 to 10. Kenny holds
Go.
himself together. He stops. 11 to 20. He can't stop. He can't stop.
Yeah, he's just yep.
So as
He can't stop.
it will change a little bit of what's about to happen. Well, it'll change a lot of what's about to happen.
Well, now.
So you bite down and you start to drain the blood of the child, and you're it's really quenching your thirst. And this is different than the deer that you drained blood of. This is now another humanoid creature that you feel a little more satisfied because its diet contains more nutrients compared to what you have eaten in the past. So you bite down harder, and as you finally get that last little amount of blood out, you feel a snap of the neck, and you leave the child limp on the ground. You slowly stand
Jeez.
up with blood dripping from your beak, wipe the little bit off, and you look over to see several other bugbears standing there in pure terror. I was looking at you. What are you doing? One of them says, and then the other one just lifts its fists up into the air and is charging at you. How dare you! He's going to attempt to strike you. Are you running or engaging?
Okay.
Why would the main course come to you? You've just had an appetizer. Goddamn.
Okay. How many are there that I can see?
There's two others that are nearby. Kind of look like mom and pop.
I mean, we did say
you
no
know-
witnesses.
I know. You hate to kill a mom and pop shop,
Sounds like a 3-course meal for Kenny tonight.
He comes back in the morning just.
He ain't good.
Oh.
We can say that I had a long rest there. Just give me a
Yeah.
second.
I mean, you guys definitely had a long rest, so any abilities you
All right.
would have regenerated at this point.
I guess Kenny's kind of feeling lucky because my luck stats just restocked. Are we gonna roll initiative on this, or is he gonna get first hit on me?
No, we could roll initiative. I got 2. So go ahead and roll initiative for me, and you guys will
How
fight.
How far away am I from the camp? Our camp?
From your camp, you are probably a good.
Quarter
I'd say-
mile.
Yeah, I'd say you chased him a good distance, probably a couple 100 feet into the woods. You aren't as adept in the terrain as the child was.
Hmm. Well, who got the last laugh there? I got rolled a 12 for initiative.
I feel like a swashbuckler is about to just single-handedly murder 2 bugbears without us even intervening at this point in time. Like this is his shit.
Well, the bugbear.
Hold on. Let me see if I have nightmares.
The bugbear charging at you. 1 initiative. So he comes running in. He does not have any weapons, so he comes in with his fists and he comes swinging hard.
How hard?
Hold on, I gotta pull a bugbear. Why did bugbear not come?
He's got
It just-
pulled out of the hobgoblin page.
My thing auto-corrected to just bug. But there's a thing called assassin bug. I'm intrigued.
Well, now we know what the big bad must mean.
I'm pretty sure they're just like obnoxiously like overpowered single shotter kind of things.
Oh, the assassin bug?
Yeah.
He comes running up and he's going to land a hit on you. This fist. Runs in, charging, punches you. You take a total of 6 damage. As he punches you directly in the chest, and you can see tears kind of weeping from his face. He pushes you back a little bit, but it becomes your turn, and you can recoil and attack back.
Hell yeah, dude. Here comes one. It's a 13 to hit. Does it hit?
13 does not hit.
God damn. Here comes the other one. Fuck. I
So
run up a tree.
You're a little startled by the fact that this creature just charged at you and swinging fists left and right, and he sent you a little off step. You swing your first swing up, and he's just able to dodge it. And the second one, you're a little kind of disoriented, and the second one misses as well. You see the other bugbear is actually kind of tending more towards the child as opposed to coming into combat with you. She moves forward and kneels down next to the dead, I guess, animal you could call it.
Bugbear is not an animal. It was a boy
It
with
was a
hopes
boy.
and
It
dreams.
was a person. He had feelings,
fuck?
damn it.
You're racist.
But I mean, let's be honest, it's a bugbear.
Alright, so the bugbear goes to swing his fist again. This time he swings and misses. Trying to punch, but now it seems like you're a little more prepared. He's punches just past your shoulder. That brings up your turn.
Me? Again?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just-
the
There's
other
only
two-
it's only you two.
Oh, I thought the other two were coming in too. Okay, cool.
There's only 2 bugbears there that are alive. The kid's
Yeah.
dead.
I thought there was
The
two
kid's
more. The
dead,
one on the
the
top.
mom-
In the corner.
Yeah, the mom went in for the daughter or the kid that you killed, and the dad's fighting.
Oh, that's it. It's just. Oh, wow. Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, God. Well, now Goldilocks can have. Now Goldilocks can have all of the oatmeal and sleep forever she wants. All right, cool. Well, we're back in it. Here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and try that again. I look at my scores and go, okay, next. See that again. Okay, there we go. 23 to hit. Great. And here comes some sneak attack damage because.
It's
Why not?
1v1.
Great. Boom. I didn't see this coming. 4. Wow. Watch out, Algor. Killing all the bears. Oh, there we go. 9, 13 damage.
13
Not
damage.
attacking.
Nice.
Do attack again. My other sword. Oh, it's a 17 to hit.
That
Oh,
does hit.
this guy's dead. Here comes the D6. Wow. Oh my god, it's a 50.
Oh,
It's a
nice. Nice. Wait, what's your dexterity? Or your strength? Which one's greater?
He doesn't
the
get it
same.
on it.
Oh, he
You
doesn't
don't get it on your second attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a feat, yeah.
Yeah, he has to take the 2 weapon fighting feat, I think.
What was that, like 14 damage total for that turn?
Yeah, so you now that you're kind of more prepared in the moment, you take both your dagger and your sword, and you just kind of plunge them both into the body of the bugbear, and you rip them out the sides. Obviously, the dagger does a little bit more damage, landing in a meatier part of his body, and you see the blood start to drip out of him. The bugbear stumbles back a little bit before it tries to swing again, coming at you, letting out another roar. You can see that he's in pain, but with this one, he does land another hit. Punches you for 5 damage this time.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, why? Okay.
Gotcha, bitch.
Wow. Oh, I learned my lesson.
This
never-
feels like Kenny's about to really just gorge himself for a bit.
I'll never kill again.
I'll never drink the
Oh,
blood of
wait.
the
You just
innocent
regen-
again.
I'm a fucking
So you
liar.
just regen right here, anyways.
Oh, I do just regen every time. 10 points per turn.
So the 6
Oh, wait.
damage from last time and the 5 damage this time, I think you regen both,
Ah.
right?
Oh, yep. I'm right back where. Okay, cool.
Welcome to being a vampire.
Wow, this is stupid.
Well, I mean, you fell ass backwards into this ability, so.
Yeah.
I really just rolled to see if I would do this. Cool. All right, my turn again. Great.
Yeah.
Here comes my dagger attack. I might finish him up with a bite. You know, maybe I could just have some more
Drink
snacks.
some more blood.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here comes this one. Oh, that's fucking 25 to hit. Bye. Here comes your snack attack. Let's see if I freaking can even have this snack pack. Or you're gonna die immediately. 9 for the snack attack. Jesus, you better live, dude. Drink your life. That's 15 damage for that one.
Assuming that straight murders this thing.
Yeah. So you flat out after getting hit the second time and just recovering almost immediately, you just give what you could call a bird smirking. And you just plunge both the dagger and the sword straight into his chest and just lay the body down onto the ground. And actually on top of the mother who is trying to drag the body of the child away.
Oh, I go, oh, stomp that box. Totally unrighteous.
My God!
The mother lets go of the child, looking at her now dead husband and dead child, and starts to try to scamper away.
Scamper.
She's basically backwards pedaling on all fours, just away from. Please don't try. Please, I'll leave you alone.
Almost fly up, buddy. And just gonna grapple her and hang on. I didn't get to drink. I didn't get to drink her husband. Yeah, you do a grappling.
No witnesses.
Not one. Not even one.
All right, so, you just lunge forward onto her, and she's more just kind of flailing about. And let's see, roll your
Athletics.
yeah, your athletics.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. So you basically land on top of her and pin her down, both hands down to the ground. You take one of your knees and hold down one of the arms. Do you want to coup de grace this, or?
Yeah, I want to do it with by drinking her blood. But she's no longer with it. I got hungry again for fighting her husband.
Jesus.
Yeah, all the effort I put into killing your husband made me hungry again. Just Jesus Christ. So I'll let you do coup de
All that
grace.
eating made me hungry.
How do they even have to roll for that?
What, a coup de grace? No,
Yeah.
a coup de grace is literally, hey, this is it. This you are so overpowering in this situation. Like
Yeah,
you
just getting
just
kill it.
head off.
So basically, you pin her down, and she's trying to fight you the entire time, but unable to push you off as your just thirst for the blood has just overpowered and enhanced your strength. You bite down hard, and instead of first trying to suck the blood, you focus on snapping her neck, and with a loud crack, you hear the bone just shatter and the body fall limp.
I mean,
congratulations.
we are oblivious to
Yeah,
Kenny's.
the three of you are completely oblivious to this because you guys are still sleeping. But
Well, I mean, I guess it's like a moral question because technically he did just drink 3 humanoids' bloods. But let's be honest, they're bugbears. We probably would have just murdered them on the spot anyways.
maybe.
And it's like the old saying, right? If 3 bugbears are murdered like violently in the woods, and nobody hears, does it even happen? Right?
Does anyone give a shit? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drink all that up.
Like this feels like one of those things where it's like, is anyone going to mourn this loss here?
Is anybody gonna know of the loss?
Lost, yeah, pretty much.
So after having your fill, are you just leaving the bodies where they lay in the woods?
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta do one. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up from her and go like, oh, dude, those are like best juice ever, dude. And then I'm going to. I didn't get to drink any of her husband. I'm kind of full. I do have a vial and a chamber pot in the bag of holding that I'm gonna fill both with his blood and stick back in the chamber pot for later. I mean, sorry, stick back in the bag of holding for later.
Alright,
So he's packing a to-go lunch. Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm okay with this.
And then
Are
just look around and just give it the old. You get pulled in, you just get spit right out, and then I walk away.
So you leave the poor family of 3 laying dead on the ground, drained of all their blood.
What are they? What if someone stumbles across these bodies? What are they going to think? A vampire killed them,
Yeah.
like the one in the
I-
desert.
Yeah, so and you guys are heading the opposite way, so it's like, oh
We're
hey, leading him on a ghost hunt because it's not really that vampire, it's this vampire. We get away with it by misleading people.
How are we the heroes? We're not sure we are.
Lawful evil now.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies? Quite possibly.
We're the chosen ones.
We're the chosen ones. Yeah.
We're just very strong people that do whatever we want throughout the world.
That's
Hey, I
somewhat
didn't-
how it happens.
I didn't have to do this. I mean, no, I did have to do this.
I
I
gave you
have
both the
not-
choices. It's like a
I did.
Scantron,
Have
and
to
you just
see-
filled out C for every answer.
Hey, I had to sleep during the day somehow.
Alright, so you notice that the night is starting to break and the morning is starting to come, the sun's starting to rise, so you make your way quickly back towards the camp, and you find that your 3 comrades are still nestled in their sacks. And you start to wake them each up as the sun starts to rise, and you just kind of tuck yourself into...
Does he have a weird background sound to you guys as well?
me?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
when
it's
you
the
talk in
odd
like
thing.
a complete sentence, it starts having a weird like I don't want to call it static, but it's a background sound.
Yeah. Do you have your voice program thing on?
I did.
Now start talking.
Yeah, don't go selling on us now,
Yeah,
John.
no, I was shutting off. I had a...
Yeah, it sounds
There
like
it
it got
is.
away.
Yeah, it's way better.
Alright,
Mhm.
I don't know what that was. I mean, I had an ambient effect going on, but it is what it is. It was just like a night forest kind of sound. Anyways, so you return back to your to the camp, and you start to wake them up as the sun starts to rise, and you slowly start to tuck into the bag of holding again, that's just kind of laying in the middle of camp. However, the 3 of you, Yano, Peepaw, and Silva, make a perception check for me.
See if we notice this guy coming
Yeah,
back
see-
with a snack.
Yeah, see if you notice him coming back with
Nope.
a blood on his beak and something different about him, if you will.
More sedate, maybe satisfied.
12? Eh?
Yeah, so I'll say obviously Peepaw notices as you being the farmer hand that you were, you know how to wake up pretty quickly and pretty early in the morning, and you notice that as Kenny is slowly receding into the bag of holding, both you and Yano notice that there is blood dripping off the tip of his beak, as he didn't clean himself very well, as most people of his nature do. We're birds, I guess you could say, of his nature. But anyways, you noticed it, but he was able to recede into the bag of holding before you were able to stop him. He did not well, I mean, Kenny could mention something of it if he wants, but it's his call. I'm going to assume that he
No,
didn't.
I'm just humming my favorite appreciative undead song. It's this 20-minute drum solo.
So you two notice it. Silva, you don't necessarily notice anything other than Kenny receding into the bag of holding, but you guys start to collect your camp. Do you address the matter of seeing the blood? Yano or Peepaw?
No. If I can't talk to Kenny, then no, I'm not addressing it.
I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna point over to Peepaw and just kind of make a little like, did you like Kenny?
I'm
No-
just gonna
no?
shrug at you and just be like,
I'm
It's
gonna
Kenny.
look. I'm gonna look over and be like, "What? What about Kenny? He got into his bag holding."
I just thought I saw something, but I don't know.
Looks like he got his breakfast but didn't get us anything.
Oh. Well, I guess that's one problem, we can kick the can on for a little bit.
What's that?
Maybe we ask him tomorrow night.
Yeah, sure.
Why not tonight?
Well, he's already in his bag, so it's like today.
Well, yeah, it's
tonight.
morning, so tonight.
Yeah, everybody's got animals. I should call my cat over.
It's already tomorrow.
Well,
Say
next
we get
time we
to
stop for
tonight.
the evening, how about that? And we get Kenny out of the bag.
I'm never sleeping
Yeah.
again. It just continues on forever. Doesn't no. So, all right. So you guys kind of agreed to possibly address it next time you pull him from the bag of holding. However, you clean up your camp, resaddle up into the cart, and continue on your path, encountering the bridge, the long stone bridge that traverses the large river of rapids below. You hear the rapids churning, and as you get towards the middle of the bridge on the horse... Oh, calm down, calm down, calm down. We're not going bandits this time. Okay. I'm going to change that. As you get towards the middle of the bridge, you see another cart coming from the opposite direction. It is being escorted by two guards that are donned in golden armor, holding large pikes in one hand and a tower shield in the other.
Would we recognize this guard attire from somewhere in particular?
You do. You recognize the sigil on the guard's tower shields. There's two of them that are at the front of this cart, and there is also the same sigil, the city sigil of Ashvon is on the shields and the cart itself. But it seems like it is being rather heavily guarded as this cart is moving across, heading in the opposite direction that you guys are going. The guards seem...
Is there enough space for us to pass?
Yeah, there's enough space for you two to pass each
Okay.
other. The guards seem a little wary, and the carriage driver, I forget the specific name for him, but the driver gives you a solid nod, like the little sup, as you guys start to pass each other. You look towards the back of the cart, and you see on the backside is this intricate-looking mechanism. It's a mounted repeating crossbow on the back of their cart. One armed guards, well, yeah, he's armed with the mounted crossbow, is standing on the back of it, and he's aiming at you guys. Not, obviously not attacking, but is ready to pull the trigger.
Passively being like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just gonna wave.
Fuck them. So you give a hearty wave to him, and you notice that the cart, what's it called? Inside the cart, you were able to see just barely through the grates of the windows of the cart just before it passed, and you see that there is one man sitting inside, and opposite of it was just solid black. But this cart continues on, and I take it that you guys aren't going to try to stop it. Not stop, like, take over it, but inquire with it, if you will.
Why?
Yeah, I'm good.
It,
Don't care where he's going. He's not my
these
problem.
guys are fucking off where we're not going from a town we have not been with a passenger we do not know about in a direction we do not care. Why involve ourselves with this shenaniganery at all?
I'm just giving you a legitimate situation that you could tie into.
Nope. We're going to Seepawal. We're getting off this continent at this
We're
point.
murder hobos, but we're not dumb murder hobos.
Like repeating crossbow sounds like death.
Thwap, 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 thwap.
Once and repeated crossbow, so basically just like probably a ballista on there.
So repeating ballista, Jesus. Alright, so you guys find yourselves across the bridge without any sort of trouble. Obviously, you didn't cause any. And you're slowly approaching Amari as the day is starting to break again. Nightfall comes, and you guys will have to camp at least one more time, unless you want to push through the night. You could make it to Amari during the night travel. But
Can Kenny steer the cart?
but you yeah, I was gonna say you will face a little bit of the beginning of exhaustion. It wouldn't affect you
Well,
just
no,
yet, but if you run into
we can
combat, you might have a problem.
we can sleep in the cart.
You're gonna trust Kenny to drive the cart for half a day.
Kenny can drive. Uh, it's like in those cartoons where the main person that's driving falls asleep, and then the other person takes over the goofy guy, and they wake up on top of a mountain.
I know, right? It's mostly the question of like, is there going to be another situation where he eats someone?
Is he gonna eat one of us?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you guys saw him bring a snack back, yeah?
I
didn't see him
do
bring
No,
have.
we only clocked a little bit of blood on it.
Uh,
Yeah,
We don't know what he ate. He just had blood on him.
uh,
So
I mean, we could just do a 3-hour. We could do a 3-person, 1-person shift and just have Kenny awake the entire evening. So there's always 2 people awake.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be awake anyways.
Yeah, but what I mean is like if there's a situation, one of the 3 of us will be awake with Kenny.
Yeah, no, one of us will be keeping it on track.
Yeah, I mean I'm okay with
make
that.
sure you're
I'll,
not gonna die.
yeah, I'll take 3rd shift. Who wants 1st and who wants 2nd shift? So John has something to deal with.
I'll do second.
That means
So that means I'm first then.
you are staying up, and me and the rabbit are getting some Z's.
Cool. Cool.
All
Leave
right.
me with the murderous bird. Yes.
Look, you're big and strong.
Of all of us, I mean, I'm the druid. I'm one with nature. I fucking get it. Kind of.
All right, just a dumb question. What is your actual strength?
What do you mean? Like my physical strength for my character?
Yeah, what is your character strength stat?
Literally, it's like I have an 11, so I have +0.
Stronger than the druid. Okay, gotcha.
I'm very large,
Mhm.
but that does not necessarily mean that I'm very strong.
Gotcha. Understood.
I'm super wise.
I have the smarts to keep him on track. If he starts to wander,
Uh-oh.
if he starts to wander off on his own, no.
He's back.
Okay, good, because we need him for this part.
I think.
You can hear me still?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pulled it.
All right, so you guys talk amongst each other as the sun sets, and Kenny starts to emerge from his little sack. Who's gonna stay up with him? As you guys want to press on to at least make it to Amari before to kind of move along your travels. And you guys, Silva and Peepaw are laying down in the back of the cart, getting a somewhat of a nap, as you can imagine trying to sleep in a cart moving across dirt road could be. Kenny and you guys are sitting at the front of the cart, kind of guiding it along. You are currently holding the reins, as you guys didn't really stop during this transition. It was more of just rustling about.
I like leg over the like transition point. It's like, here, take these. I'm gonna take some sleep.
Just
Hey, Kenny, buddy. So when you came back this morning, whatever we want to call it, I noticed that you had a little something kind of on your beak there. Was that blood?
Yes, you are.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Take that.
Was that from one of us?
Just hold on. I gotta get the voice here.
he's got a fixed amount of sayings. He's like, "Fuck, I have to do this."
I know. I'm trying to like relay some information to you. Oh, it's just dropped in and got some juice, you know.
friendly juice or
Benny.
okay.
A Benny in surfer terms is not a local.
Ah.
Thank you for translating the translation. I needed that.
Tubi?
Oh, okay.
Like a Benny, a shibby.
Yeah, sashimi.
I hope I never have to do thieves' cant with you.
Basically,
Righteous.
Just
Righteous.
I think this is the first interaction that you've had with Kenny, and we've had to get to like talking.
No, like
one-on-one.
extended, like first extended interaction. So I'm trying to like put it all together. Okay. Uh, I don't really know.
What's up, dude? Is that cool if I chill? Still a little closer next to you.
Yes, chill. Yeah. Yeah. I got. I
Oh, who says you need Benny's to shred?
right. I'm just gonna kind of slowly stare off into the distance and just keep guiding the car.
I take out my chamber pot at this time and start having a sip.
Hold on, wait. Can I do a perception check on that? What's in there?
So I'd say it wouldn't be too hard to really. I mean, he's drinking out of a chamber pot, so it's a little weird. But so far, with the things that you've encountered with him, I wouldn't say that you would venture too far off of knowing what is most likely in there. Your question still stands in your mind. Just what or where did it come from?
Would I be able to discern that from the blood, maybe, or no? It's not like a particular color or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think you could necessarily tell. I don't think that unless it's like a super unique creature. I don't think like bugbears don't have a different colored blood necessarily. But the aroma definitely could fill your nostrils, and you could definitely tell that there is blood.
It smells like iron.
Yeah, you could smell that it's blood in the pot, and you could also see that even in the dim moonlight, you can still see the blood dripping across his beak.
Oh,
as he
that so that the looks good there, Kenny. How's that working for you?
I'm pouring a chamber pot into my beak. I'm just
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
All right. Is that the burger in paradise we've been looking for?
You just see my full expression change as I'm like passing this to you, and like I go, oh.
Oh, like you pass it to me, like, oh, no, thank you, but no, no.
Fully harshed me, man. Aerosmithy.
Well, see, now I feel like a dick. Can I like sniff it and then pretend to drink some to make Kenny feel better?
Yes, you can do that. I'm going to have you roll a deception, and he's going to roll a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
That's to see who actually, if you convince him.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, here's my perception.
Roll your perception to see.
Ooh.
Just barely. So Kenny is just as he passes it to you, as he's so eager to share something that he has with you.
Right.
You just kind of just reluctantly go to pretend to drink it. Tastes good. And he just kind of is just like one-eyeing you as a bird does, just like kind of moving in closer. Kenny, you do notice that he did not actually take a drink of it. He just held it up close to his mouth.
Oh. Really bailing on me right now, Broligarchy.
I just don't think this is for me. But I appreciate you wanting to share it with me. And I think that is really the most important thing.
And Kenny just kind of like looks at you, and no one's spoken to Kenny this nicely before. And he kind of tears up a little bit in his side head eyes, and kind of like nods the head a little bit, and he goes, and like does a little sweet hand gesture, the pinky and the thumb out. What's that called? Hang. They know that gesture, right?
Loose symbol?
The hang loose one, yeah.
The surfs
That
the
was-
surfs up symbol.
Surf's
Yeah.
up, dude, yeah. And I'm like, all right, high five, dude. You made it to the beach, dude, mate.
I'm going to awkwardly mirror his hand gesture and attempt to high five him.
Yeah, nice. We just leveled up. We just leveled up right there, man.
Assuming that's what he was looking for, and I'm gonna smile afterwards, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm. There's blood all over my hands.
perfect. I'd have nothing left.
Cool. Well, I take a few less sips and just put the finger in there, licking the fingers clean, and put the lid back on. And I'm like, want more than that? Put it back in the bag. And then just start humming my 20-minute drum solo from my favorite jam band, Appreciative Undead.
This dude has sanguinated a family of bugbears, and I'm not sure if that bugs me or not, and I don't think it does.
Yeah. After that interaction, I'm gonna kind of a little soft smile to myself and be like, okay, that was good. I think. And continue on.
Can his horse go faster? Can his horse go faster? Can his horse go faster? It's been 3 minutes. Fuck. Okay. It's like at work when you look at the clock. It's been 4 hours. Nope. Half hour. But anyway, so it was a interesting experience. You two kind of start to sit in silence for a moment, and you do, judging by the moonlight and the position in the sky, you understand that the next shift is coming up. Who is taking second shift?
I am.
The rabbit.
So you kind of hand the reins quickly over to, because in order to stop or not stop, you hand the reins over to Kenny, and you mention waking up Peapod.
I'm gonna as I'm waking up Peepaw, I'm just gonna like kind of shake him a little bit, whisper, "There's blood. Drink the pot."
You're cutting out a little bit.
I said I'm gonna just whisper that there's blood. It's in the pot. The blood was in the pot. I didn't drink it, but I made it look like I was drinking it, and then and it was okay. But it's okay. He was fine with it, and I think we connected. He did this thing. I think it's okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of like go to lay down, but like in a traumatic fashion.
You can. People's just gonna like open his eyes and kind of like look around and just be like, what? If you don't repeat it and just go lay down, I'm like, all right.
I'm gonna keep just doing this to myself.
Alright, so you, Peepaw, you kind of rub your eyes a little bit, and you sit up, and you look, and you see that Kenny is currently the person steering the cart, and you kind of quickly move up to the front as to hope that we don't drive off the road. And Kenny, do you hand the reins over to Peepaw, or are you trying to maintain your steering?
I just rip him out of his hands, and I don't run up there. I just walk up there all tired, and I kind of just grab him out of his hands, and I sit down.
No. So you sit
Tired.
down next to him. The two of you are now sitting next to each other. The chamber pot with blood in it is still sitting, I guess I could say it's in between the two of you. And Kenny has one hand kind of just rested up on it.
Could you put that shit away? It smells like a donkey's ass.
In your voice, I go, it's gonna be a good time.
No, it's not.
I'm an idiot.
Peepaw's just super tired, so he doesn't want to deal with it.
We're looking to party. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm looking to sleep.
So, are you essentially ignoring him the entire couple hours that you have to steer?
Yeah, I'm kind of just putting him in like the back of my ear, listening still. If anything like weird sounding pops up, like extra weird from him, that would be out of his weirdness area, then I'll pay attention. But I'm mainly just steering the cart and keeping an ear out for like stuff in the woods.
All right. So,
I make you a deal. Where you go and say, oh, hold on. Quid pro bro. Feeling amped. And I'm looking to drop in. And I point to the reins. And then I look at you and I look back at the pot. And I said, and I'll pull in. And I like push the pot like kind of next to the bag of holding. I'm going to communicate.
Yeah, Peepaw's just ignoring that.
I just put the chamber pot in my lap then and just kind of like just drum on it.
He doesn't care as long as you're preoccupied and not doing anything dumb.
No, cool. That's fine. I just wanted the reins. I was gonna put the blood away, but that's fine.
No reins for you.
That's fine. I understand. So you're recreating my favorite drum solo.
I could just see him being like the little kid on like a long car ride. That's just like,
Yep.
so you don't want to play I Spy? Nope. So
Like, please keep in mind I was in a bag all day. So.
this is the only time I get to venture.
We're sleeping and not adventuring.
Right, literally. Yeah, literally. Need to sync up our schedules, guys.
So you continue.
No, you need to stop being a vampire.
So you continue about your night, and basically you just keep shutting him off every time he tries to just kind of like reach over, maybe grab the reins, or tries to make a comment. You kind of just shut him down, just no, no. And you notice that your time for driving is slowly coming to an end, and that brings up Silva, who you are going to. Are you trying to wake Silva up before handing the reins over, or are you just handing the reins over? Because you seemed a little more reluctant about passing control over to Kenny for a moment.
In the beginning, I wanted to also look at Kenny and be like, I could knock you off this cart and just make you follow on foot. So just keep your cool this entire time. I don't want to put up with shit. I'm fucking tired, man.
It's been a long day.
I don't want to deal with this.
It's the middle of the night. Handing over the reins. I am not going to hand them to Kenny. I'm going to tie them off onto the seat up front and then go back and wake up Silva. The horse should know how to walk down a path.
Well, I mean, it does, but for the most part, it can wander. It will obey the reins. If the path starts to turn, but your reins are still pulling straight on it, it will just continue straight.
The reins are just slacked. They would be pulling one way or another at this point.
Yeah. But all right, so you tie him off.
Don't touch, Kenny. Just don't touch.
You quickly tie him off to. I guess there's like a little post on the front of the cart that you normally tie the reins off to when it's not in use. You also tie it off to that, putting it on autopilot, and turn to the back of the cart and wake up Silva.
Yep.
Yeah. Kenny's in a mood.
Okay. I'll keep
Have
it in
fun.
mind.
She's up there just going like,
I just
cart surfing, flash go.
I'm gonna like take a peek out over the front of the cart and just be like, is it a straight line for like a few more minutes?
Yeah, judging. It's hard to necessarily tell, but yeah, for the most part, it is a pretty solid straight shot. There are a couple of little turns here and there to avoid things that the path makers, I guess you can call them, weren't able to get out of the way.
I lean over, I untie the reins, I hand them to Kenny and go, follow the path, wake me up in 5 minutes. And I just I just kind of like let my head down for a second. Now I'm like, I'll wake up in 5 minutes. I'll wake up in 5 minutes. And I wake up an hour later. I'm like, oh fuck, and then like crawl out the front of the cart. Has anything happened in that hour, John?
I'm going to give this one to Kenny. Kenny, so you were given this request to wake him up in an hour, or
in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, sorry. Wake him up in 5 minutes, and as the time has been passing, you have come to a fork in the road. It would have been during Silva's driving. One fork leads to Amari, and one leads to the east, heading back towards Oshvan and Seepawall. Which direction do you want to steer the cart?
What do you mean want?
You have two directions. You could either.
I'm saying Kenny doesn't know what direction. It's either it's 1 to 10. We're going east, or what are the directions options? East or west?
We're going to Ashfon or Omari. Yeah.
Left or right? 1 to 10.
Left or right?
Left or right.
Fine. So yeah, 1 to 10 left, 11 to 20 right. Here we go.
Okay, we have the better chance for actually where we're aiming. Hey,
All
look
right.
at that.
Alright, so you did turn towards Amari. Kenny is. Oh, you can see as you finally woke up, that Kenny is ecstatic that you let him drive this long, that he's forgotten to waken you up, and you are aware of the fact that it has been longer than the 5-minute snooze. You are the kind of person that kind of turned the alarm off instead of hitting the snooze button, and you quickly shoot up in a panic, but you do see that Amari is just off in the distance a little bit. So
I'm sort of gonna like to myself like bob my head back and forth a little bit and be like, all right, I'm just keeping this to myself. Hey Kenny, good job.
You're lucky.
That's the name of this campaign.
You got lucky. I'm peeking. So you guys, so you slowly work your way towards the front of the cart, and Kenny is still holding onto the reins, and you can only assume he's got a big smirk on his face, as he seems like he's rather proud of himself with this moment. Because you are not coming up here in a fit of anger.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is one of those things that it's like, it worked out. I'm just gonna thank you, my friend. Good job. Never speak about this again.
It's like betting red or black on roulette.
And I won. Now we go to do it again, and then that's when everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
Alright, so with that, as you guys are getting closer to the city, it is starting to get close to dawn. You can see sunlight starting to peer up over the tree line, but Kenny still does have a moment, and you're letting him kind of enjoy the time before he starts to suffer pain from sunlight. And as you guys are getting closer and closer to the city, you see a cart coming out of the city. This one, however, unlike the previous one that had or was heavily guarded, this one comes out and has just one, I guess, old-timely man sitting on the front of the cart, and the horse drawing it just looks like it's reaching its end. The cart looks a little rickety and old, but you notice that there is a large padlock on the side of the cart. And it seems like the door itself is pretty sturdy opposed to the rest of the cart. The old man kind of gives you guys a wave.
So this is like an enclosed passenger cart, like 1800s London people would travel in kind of cart.
Possibly, but the padlock is on the outside. So the door is locked, so whatever is inside cannot get out.
Passing by, I'll chip up over to the old man and be like, so what this particular one do here now?
The old man looks at you with a little bit of confusion. I was just, what do you mean this one? There's nobody inside this cart but my goods. You interested in purchasing?
What are you selling? What are you buying?
I got a whole assortment of things to sell. If you want to look inside, I'll be glad to open the door for you.
I want to kick this guy's ass.
I sort of like poke Peepaw and I poke and I'm like, hey, you guys have any desire to shop at 5 a.m.?
Door busting, yeah.
What?
We're good, but thank you. Look, we're about to go into the actual city itself. Like, he might have had some interesting stuff at the same point in time. Most of the general stuff we're looking for is in the city. So, like, we're back on the issue of we have a plan and we're trying to stick to the plan.
Well, you guys ended up going south instead of east for your plan of going to Seepa Wall, but
yeah, but we're in Omari, and I'm like, whatever. It's a town.
You can stock up, as you guys are probably getting low. I guess I'd say you're getting low on.
We ended up in Omari. God damn it.
Yeah, we ended up in Omari.
Wasn't
this where we were going?
You got.
That's where we were going. We were just going to Sepulwell.
Well, we were trying to get to Sepulwell, but like we're stopping in Omari.
That's
and
fine,
then
we've been
keep-
here before.
yeah.
It's not a far off the beaten path, so it's maybe like I'd say 2-3 hours out of the way. So it's not super bad, but it's not convenient if you guys were trying to haul ass. But
It's
you guys are
civilization before we go over the other mountain pass.
fine. Yeah. What's your last time you guys did encounter some?
Wolves.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's snow leopards
Mountain lions.
We got attacked by some wildlife up there.
or something.
This time I'm gonna turn them into a pelt.
Or Kenny will eat them while you all
Or
sleep.
Kenny will happily eat them all, cause fuck it.
But you do approach the walls of Omari, and the sun starts to rise. You look at Kenny, and Kenny just kind of knows that this is the time where he has to go into his sack for the day. As you guys approach the gates, you see two guards standing out front. Neither of them, the gates are open, so neither of them really stop you. As it is an open city, they are welcoming the people, so it's not always questioning any random cart coming on in.
I mean, we're 3 passengers with a
Yeah.
bag and a somewhat empty cart. Yeah.
You don't seem like you're gonna pose a threat. But you guys,
We're clearly here to just commit regicide.
So you guys get into the city, and you start to hear the city's coming to life as the sun starts to rise. You hear the market starting to open. You hear the you start to hear the market start to open. People start to move about. The shops are starting to open their doors, and a lot of commotion is going on. You have now entered another rather decent-sized city. Is there any particular shopping that you guys want to do here? Where is my D&D song?
It's actually.
I was like, not with my current amount of gold.
Hey, I only got like $2,000.
I mean,
Only.
yeah.
Only.
I mean, we're rich as kings, but at the same point in time, it's like we're kind of looking for stuff that's 10,000 gold. So
All right. So, are you looking to just restock the small supplies like your rations and stuff? Because I think rations are fairly on the cheap side. You could get like a week worth for I think like 10 silver or something like that. I had it.
yeah, I was like, we're gonna find the closest thing, and I'm just gonna chuck a gold at him and be like, fill us up for whatever this can give us.
Um, oh, Google knows that I'm searching 5e stuff all the time. I just typed in cost of rations and it automatically popped up with 5e stuff. Says 5 silver pieces for 1 day's worth of rations.
Actually, I will be looking for a cloak.
Hmm.
Cloak.
As I'm already just like wrapped up in whatever like luscious cloak I could have found already.
Are we gonna ask about holy dudes while we're here? Or?
Amari, let me see. Do you have
I was like, I don't think it's big enough. I think we still have to get to Steeple
unfortunately,
Wall.
Amari does not have a holy person here.
Son of a bitch.
I'm looking for a
Does it
cloak of
ha-
protection.
Does it has a job board?
It could if you check out the inn. Give me 1 second. I think my kid woke up. I apologize.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
This gives us time to talk, anyways, because like I'm not sure I really want to take a job from a job board right this second, just because
I'm down to just go to the inn and see what's what.
Get the inn, see what's here. Like the issue is like, and this is the issue we're dealing with by going back to Steeple Wall, is we got hired to do a job halfway across the continent, and like we have to go back to the city to get paid. So it's
Right.
one of those like, unless it's an escort mission where we get paid when we deliver the person at the other end, and it's in the direction of Steeple Wall, there is absolutely no reason we take a job at this point in time.
Oh, I agree with you. I just was maybe we could see
What kind of troubles?
some random bullshit going on. Sure.
Another random vampire? Yeah, sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, there's some animals that are waking up dehydrated in the middle of the night. That's weird.
Or I don't know. Our livestock keeps getting eaten, and there's burrow holes next to where they disappear. Oh yeah. Let's not touch that one either.
Chupacabra?
Chupacabra. No, that would be a bullet. Could be that, which wouldn't be too bad. But
Oh, a bullet. Yeah.
probably kill us, or it could be a worm of some kind.
Vampire worm.
Oh god.
My final form.
If we somehow manage to infect you with like 6 curses before the end of this campaign, like do you know that guy whose blood is literally an anti-venom for every snake venom because he's like slowly like made himself susceptible to those poisons at some point in time, so he just has natural immunity to it all. It's gonna be that, but for curses.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, hello, friend. What ails you? All of it.
All of
that.
All of it.
Yes.
Just yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking
So
for a cloak of protection, by the way.
Yeah, Colby's going shopping. I think me and Yano are going back to the inn to take a look at what's going on around the town.
Okay, cloak of protection. We have I'm just trying to check.
What is going on in the background?
Is there people talking behind you?
I put on a busy market.
In.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
I figured.
It just sounds like someone's getting picked up by your mic in the background.
Oh, really?
yeah.
But so there is a enchanter shop that is available. You do know of. It's called Magic Makes Wonders. Pretty interesting, but you know of this shop as you guys had come through this town slightly earlier, and Peepaw, you wander through the streets early enough in the day. You find your way to the shopkeep's front steps, and you walk into the shop, and you see that there is just a plethora of just magical items just kind of spewed about this area. There's mannequins that are hosting different sorts of armor and helms, and then there's glass cases that have weapons and wands in them. You're kind of looking about. You see there's a couple other people looking in there, and as you wander inside, you look towards the front counter, and you see a young halfling standing on a stool, leaning on the front of the counter, looking towards you. He gives you a wave and a wink, and kind of summons you over. And says, "Hi, the name's Gally. What can I do for you?"
Nice to meet you, Gally. I'm looking for something to wrap myself up in on those cold nights when we're out there traveling in the middle of our adventures.
So,
Something to keep me warm at night and something to give me a little extra protection when I gotta fight those monsters that are patrolling around.
you said you were looking for cloak of protection.
Yes,
Let's see.
pretty basic. Plus one AC.
I just want to make sure that's in it.
Seeing as I'm our tank, as well as AC.
Are you our tank though? Because I'm pretty sure Kenny's our tank at this point.
He has like a 13 AC.
It's 15, and I'm getting a cloak of protection right now, so it's gonna be 16.
It is. Sorry. He is a health tank.
Yeah,
Huh?
he can regen.
Yeah. Your health bar is your tanking ability.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had.
Yeah, I'll have one regen at level 6 when we get there.
Alright, so he does have the, he stands up off of his elbows and looks at you, clasps his hand together, and just, yes, I got one of those. Hops down, and you notice after he hops down from his stool, he disappears behind the counter, as the counter is too tall for both you and him to really see each other over. And then you hear the wooden door of the partition move as he comes around the corner, and he starts walking, and he kind of just waves you on, follow him. And you walk over to a set of mannequins on the side, and he grabs this long, elegant robe or cloak that's hanging off the back of this one chest piece, and he pulls it around. And you can see it kind of glimmer in the light, and he looks towards you, pinching the fabric in his hands. He looks towards you. Just, yeah, so this could help protect you from a little bit of extra damage from any sort of arrows or swords that might find its way into you. And he releases the fabric, and you see the glimmer just flicker in the sunlight.
The glimmer just flicker. Fucking Nobel Prize winning writing here. Sorry.
Shut up. As he lets it slide out of his hands, he catches like the small little price tag that's on the corner of it, holds it up, and you notice the numbers 800 are written across it, the GP past it.
Ooh.
And then he lets it slip. It's his little way of
How-
saying it's 800.
How about we do a little trade? I can give you 3 Yes, he's looking through his little magical coin purse. 3 rubies, 2 emeralds, and 4 onyx.
I have absolutely no how much. I have no idea how much any of that is worth.
That's
Neither do
me
I, and
neither.
hopefully neither does you.
Is that like you
Not
sent us
all of what
that
I
has
have,
all
though.
the
I have
prices
more.
and
I mean, to be honest, they very well might be worth the 800. I'm not sure.
What were was it 3 different gems you were given? Or offering?
Yeah.
What were the
There's
3?
rubies, emeralds, and onyx. Ruby, emerald, onyx. But you never gave me my magical coin back.
So you hold up the couple gems, kind of still holding them to you, but showing that you have these gems, and you see it piques the interest of the shopkeep, Wally, and he just kind of peers up into your hands and says, "Well, I have to make sure that they're of quality first. If you bring them back over to the counter, I can see how valuable these actually are."
Alright, well, if you're gonna do that, let me try on the cloak. I want to check myself out in the mirror.
So he pulls out from behind them a set of mannequins, a small stool, and he steps up and he grabs the clasps of the cloak and draws it off of the mannequin and passes it over to you. And he holds out his hand, kind of as asking for the gems.
Yeah, I dropped the 3 rubies. I think I said 2 emeralds and 4 onyx.
Okay. So he takes the gems and he wanders over to the counter, and you start to put the cloak on. And as you clip the cloak onto you to just kind of look at yourself in it, you notice that the cloak magically just transforms to your size. We're just going full RPG over here. It just transformed to your size. You don't have to modify
Wow,
the cloak at all.
exact fits like a
It
charm.
fits perfectly.
I wanted it to be extra long, and I was just gonna clip it up and then use it as a blanket.
Just rolls
Have
up
an
into it.
oversized-
Just, nope. So you, as you're kind of looking at yourself and looking at the cloak and whatnot, you turn and you look back towards Wally, and he's got a I forget what they're called. The looking glass, and he's just looking over the gems closely.
The eye loop.
Yeah, I guess. And he, after looking over each one, he puts it down and he looks over towards you and just summons you back over to the counter. He goes, "I will gladly trade you that cloak for each of these gems."
Alright, now if I come across these gems in the future, could you maybe kindly tell me how much each are worth? If it's worth more than the cloak right now, it's fine. I don't care, but for future reference.
He kind of, are you lying about whether or not the worth is higher?
I asked him to tell me how much
Yeah,
each one
but
is
if-
worth, but he can keep like the change if it's worth more than what the cloak is. So if I'm overpaying for this cloak right now,
He's asking if you're lying
whatever.
about that.
Yeah, if you're lying about whether or not you're okay with him keeping the change.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so how much did we just overpay for this cloak?
Well, so he's
Because
very...
the biggest issue is in D&D, those gems can very wildly between 50 gold and 5,000 gold. So like, who the hell knows?
So I'm going off of something I found on D&D Beyond. So each emerald is worth 5,000 gold pieces. Each ruby is worth 1,000, and each onyx is 50.
Okay, so you just paid 15 times the price?
Is it 50 gold piece or 50,000 for not?
50 gold pieces.
50. 50.
The emerald and diamond are the two most valuable.
Big ones.
5,000.
Okay.
Well, I have 3 rubies left. I have 1 emerald, and I have 6 onyxes.
Those are your prices of your gems.
All right. Well, since I overpaid on that by a lot,
You want to throw in a second cloak by any chance?
yeah. You
said
see
keep the
that crow.
change.
You see that crow lurking around your shop over there while we were talking and doing all this stuff? I'm sure you've noticed he's been making a bunch of noise, knocking over all your knickknacks. He's with me. If you could just throw in another one of these cloaks to get him out of here real quick, I'm sure those gems would be a lot more worth without him breaking some of your magic shit.
That's not me.
I had to see if he has two. He does. I actually have 4
Oh.
of the cloak of protection. So you ask if you could just have another one for Kenny, as I guess you have him wandering about the magic shop, and
I'm in
he
a full
just
suit of
nods
armor
as
right now.
he's still making a pretty hefty profit off of this. So he nods and he points over to one of the mannequins that was next to the one that he pulled the first cloak off of, and you see that there is a similar looking one. This one, however, instead of being green, is a brown color. It's just a different color. It doesn't actually have a different property. They're both cloaks of protection. It's just plus. But yeah, take that one, and by all means, you guys feel free to come back to my shop. He quickly gathers the
Your
gems
feed
off
is
the.
good. We tipped you well there, sir.
I mean, he doesn't have to give you a discount. He could just be like, these people don't know the value of things.
Baby, look.
So
We got 2 cloaks out of it. Who the hell
Yeah.
cares? They're gems. We're good to go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, so that's the 2 of you shopping. Kenny, you can add that cloak, and same with Peepaw. Yando and Silva, you said you were heading to the inn to check the job board if you are interested.
I just kind of want to, grab some drinks and listen to random chit chat, peruse the job board just to see what there is.
Like, what's the problems currently hitting Omar?
Yeah.
Like, we have to care.
I mean, so you guys enter in, and you toss a gold piece on the counter, just like covering your meal and drinks for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Day,
And I tell
really,
him that
it
I
is early in the morning.
I was like, look, we're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner here, and we're going to each take a room apiece. There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
A bird, a rabbit, that thing. He gets pissed off every time I call him a cow, and then me.
The bartender is pretty happy and immediately takes a coin and starts to serve you guys, no problem whatsoever. The inn is pretty busy, as it is early in the morning, so a lot of patrons are coming in for their breakfast. The smell of breakfast meats and eggs are in the air, filling your nostrils, making you salivate a little bit, as you guys haven't had a well-cooked meal in a while.
You see Peepaw when he enters it and doing a little twirl with his new clothes. Look,
Yeah.
guys.
Flourish.
Looking stylish.
It's been a minute, but Peepaw does enter with the bag of holding. and Kenny is in the bag of holding, as he wouldn't have been able to traverse the streets without being in there. You do spy the job board, and there doesn't seem to be much on it. There's two things available. One, that is that there are giant spiders currently infesting the woods to the southeast that are stopping some of the some productivity of the mines that are down in that direction. Other than that, the only other one is just to handle some mischievous.
Bugbears? Please say bugbears.
No, not bugbears.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Did it?
If you need proof, I have their blood. What?
We have their what? Don't worry. Don't ask. Don't worry about
Do a
it.
DNA test. No. But there's just some mischievous miscreants that have been causing a problem in town, but the guards are kind of trying to handle it. But the innkeeper has asked for any weary adventurers to help if they feel so kind. So you have the giant spiders to the southeast, or a couple more thugs to handle.
You said that's in town?
In town?
Yeah, they're supposedly in town. You guys would have to question, try and find out where exactly they're staying.
It's gonna be like 4 quests to run around talking to people.
So, if you guys are so inclined to do either of those, let me know. If not, we could continue on your path out of Amari towards Seawall.
I wouldn't mind going and stopping by the armor. I'm assuming that Peepaw's kind of relayed to us. Have they caught up with us?
Yes, at this point, after you guys have got the attention of the barkeep and ordered your food and kind of said, hey, give me a room for the night, you split off pretty early on in the path into town. So at this point, Peepaw's getting close, if not already there. So he wanders in, you see his shiny new cloak, and shiny piques your interest.
Well, no, that's other campaign. But I'll ask him about his cloak. Sure. Like, hey man, this is a sharp looking cloak. Where'd you get it?
Oh, over at the magic shop in town. Just tell him you're with me. He's extra nice to me now. But yeah, he said this thing will help me not get stabbed as easy as I do my little twirling model moves.
And it glimmers and
Hold
flickers
down.
in the light.
Nice. Maybe I'll check it out here just a minute.
Yeah, he had a couple extra. I got one for Kenny too.
Is that from the bag?
Muffles himself.
No,
I opened up the bag so his head could pop out since we're inside.
Because you're inside, yeah.
He just has to
The
stay
bag's
away
on
from the
the
subway
bench
as it
too.
moves through the windows.
Stay away from the windows.
Yeah, stay away. I mean, technically, he's not in sunlight, so he could. However, if somebody notices he's a vampire,
Yeah, whatever.
more problem.
I mean, honestly, if his head's poking out of a bag and nobody's saying anything about that, like,
It's a bird in a bag. We're acting like it's normal. People treat it like it's normal. All right.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, most people tend to keep to themselves. They're not exactly concerned with what's happening with
Oh
your
yeah.
bag, bird head thing.
You don't want to mix in with those adventuring types.
I'm just a little confused, but some people took notice, and you did see that they kind of were giving you a weird stink eye for a moment, but for the most part, nobody approaches you over the subject. You guys have your fill of a breakfast. You do discuss what's on the job board. What is it that you guys wish to?
I guess I'm gonna lean into the rabbit and bird and go. I think Noah wants to go beat up some thugs, and frankly, I could use some steam getting blown off. You guys want to go murder some people?
Yes.
right. So, you guys agree that you want to take on the couple miscreants that are harassing the townsfolk. Maybe give them a little beat down quickly. The job posting does mention to talk to the guard captain Grandstrider at the guard quarters that's on the entrance to town, and talk to them about whether or not you where these miscreants might be. Sorry, I'm sure. Are you looking to go straight there, or did Silva and Yano, did you guys want to shop a little first before you go straight there? Or?
I'll swing by the magic shop just to see what they have before we head out. I'd rather be prepared.
Alright. So after having your meal, you tell the group that you're going to meet them over at the guard shack. Let them know, and head to the magic shop to see if there's any sort of armor or weapons that you might want to snag. So you find your way over to the Magic Makes Wanders market and enter in, and you see the same the halfling that Peepaw had told you about. He's still standing behind the counter. This time he has one patron up at the counter talking to him at the moment. But you look around and you see that there is, again, mystical items spewed about. And you notice the mannequins off to the side that kind of draw your attention. Especially the ones in the, I think you can wear leather armor, right?
Yeah,
Can't wear metal.
I can't wear metal, yeah.
So you notice armor that's really piquing your interest, something that is pulling your eye, and you walk over to it and you're looking at it. Well, you look it up and down, and it looks like, oh, it's just your size.
I try it on and do a little dance.
So you take the armor off the mannequin and you don it, and standing there looking over your arms, and you just feel kind of more solid, if you will. You definitely feel like it could help protect you in any sort of fight if something comes up close to you. You do look down, and there is a tag on this as well. This one, however, says that it is 1,500 gold pieces.
You should have that.
It would be a +1 armor, +1 studded leather.
I don't. I have like 700 gold. I don't know why I have less gold than other people, but who knows?
Yeah, we have like 700, but who knows how many?
I gave you guys the gold, you split it up.
I have 2,700.
Yeah, I have 2,700 as well.
Unless you forgot to put the 2 in. Because you say you have 700, you might have just missed the 2 when you typed it in.
Maybe.
You do also have, I will be nice and remind you of that half plate that no one can wear. If you want more bladdering material.
I have that in my bag?
I don't know. You guys have it. I don't know exactly.
Hold on,
I
let
think
me
it's
look.
the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Every time Kenny goes in there, he goes, I know I can't wear it, but I'm going to in here. He's slowly becoming expertise with all this gear as he's just training inside the bag of holding.
Yeah, right. Just hear like all this like pump up workout music.
Does Kenny is the bag of holding with me?
I think the last person that had it was Pete Pope. But if you were
Yeah,
going
I have
shopping, I would figure you would be like, can I just snag it in case I need something?
Be careful, candy's in here.
Oh, well, I have to keep my new Chaka buddy around.
Blood Brothers.
Whoa, hey, whoa. I faked drink it.
Well, that means he's convinced that it's blood brother. Actually, no, he noticed you didn't drink it.
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't.
It's your turn to babysit him. I did my watch.
Okay.
Alright, so I figure with you going shopping, that's one of the things, because that's where you guys put a lot of, like, the
Sure, yeah.
gems and shit.
I have the gems in my magic coin generating bag, which how much did it generate every day? 1d6?
I think I said it was like 5 gold pieces every day at dawn.
How many days has it been since we left the dragon?
6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days since you left a little over a week since you left the mountains.
Okay, thank you. Whatever, that's a free 45 gold.
All right. Yeah, I'll well wait for the shopkeep to be done with the other patron.
So, but you still put the armor on, right? You're
Oh yeah,
dancing
I'm
around in it. All right. So,
yeah, feeling myself.
So you have the armor on, and it fits nicely, and you're just feeling confident in it. And as Gwali finishes up with the patron walks away. You look over, and you guys lock eyes for a moment, and you just with glee, walk over to the counter. Just Gwali again. Hi, welcome to my shop. My name's Gwali. How may I be assistance? I see that you have found this lovely piece of armor here. Are you interested in purchasing?
It is amazing. I must have it. How much does it cost?
Well, the tag right here says 1,500 gold pieces for this succulent piece of armor here that will definitely aid you in any sort of rough fight that you might enter.
I was referred to your shop by a friend of mine. He's a little rabbit guy. His name's Peepaw. I don't know if you know him, but he told me to come here. Mention his name.
Oh, I do remember a rabbit coming in earlier.
Okay, but
He was a generous patron.
well, he said, I should come here, and that, because I'm a friend of his, that you might, help me out on the price a little. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Do a persuasion check for me.
Perfect. All the stuff I'm terrible at.
Gotta convince
Gave
him
him
that
like
you don't-
12,000 gold worth of gems.
It's almost like you guys go
15.
shopping without your face.
Well, I do remember the little rabbit from earlier. He came in with a nice cloak for himself and whatever that talking bag was that he had. But by all means, I'm not one to pry. But I barely know the fellow. He came in, he made a purchase, and left. So
That's
I'm glad
fair.
that he referred you.
And the cloak does look amazing, which is the reason why I'm here. Because I thought to myself, if he can make my friend who's a rabbit look that good, and I am significantly larger than a rabbit, there's no way he could make me look bad.
Well, I appreciate the flattery. I do put a decent amount of effort into my work.
So let me see if I can come up with something. Said there's a half plate in the bag.
Yeah, I think it was just a +1 half plate that you guys had found in the dungeon earlier.
All right, I'm gonna open up the bag, scooch Kenny a little bit. Ooh, ooh, oh, let me just sneak right past you here, and and then pull that out of the bag.
So you uncinch the bag and you reach in and you pull out this glamorous half plate and you hold it up next to you, and you see the halfling's eyes just go wide. As you had noticed when you came into the shop, this is not something that he normally stocks, so it is drawing his attention pretty well. Just, well. If you look, I, by all means, am willing to do a trade.
A trade. Okay. Well, so what could you do for this item to help me out with this fabulous leather piece that I'm wearing?
Sorry, I was reading some. Well, if you let me examine that for a little bit closer, I would be happy to trade you piece for piece. But I want to make sure that it is of the utmost quality before I accept the trade.
Oh, of course.
So you place the half plate onto the counter, and he takes his eyepiece again, and he starts looking it over. He tugs on some of the lashings and some of the couplers and stuff. And then he just slides it off to the side and crosses his fingers. Okay, you have yourself a deal. I will gladly take this piece of plate off, or half plate off of your hands in exchange for that leather. Fair trade, even, out the door.
Ooh.
Perfect. Done.
Alright. He reaches out his little hand to shake to agree on the trade.
I give him the little shaka.
He's just just really confused. But he seems like he's pretty satisfied with the trade. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that was it. I'm gonna put my head in the bag and be like, Kenny, you good?
Damn it.
Perfect.
Yes.
You feel like a vase crash, like a car backing up.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear anything. I'm just gonna close the bag and just.
Yep. Sometimes that is the best answer.
What was the bag?
Alright, so you now have +1 studded leather armor, which I believe you can wear. There's no
Kinky.
Silva, were you looking to shop as well, or nah?
Nah, I'm just gonna save my cash right now.
Okay. So, with that, the 4 of you, well, technically 3.5, as I was carrying the bag of holding, you head towards the guard captain's quarters that is near the edge of town that the flyer had told you to make your way towards to inquire about the miscreants.
Do we have to knock, or can we just open the door and go in?
This is more of an open door policy place. It's
Fantastic.
Not as
I just walk in.
Hello.
Hello.
You walk in and you enter into a large room. You see a couple cells along on the right side, and then you see a big desk on the left. And sitting at the desk is this Goliath, donned in this rather intricate, looks like steel armor weaved with gold.
Did the flyer say what the reward was for taking care of these ruffians?
He didn't post it.
Oh, did he post it?
No, he didn't.
No, I did not.
Oh. God dang it.
Terrible DM.
It's 70 gold pieces for them alive, 50 gold dead.
50 gold pieces to kill some ruffians. Why does this sound like it's not going to be 50 gold pieces, like, challenge? And yeah.
Well, then that means it's definitely be way harder to take them alive.
Oh, I'm just gonna go murder them. That's straight murder hobo, guys. Like,
Or
How
you
would
can
I do it?
suggestion them again.
Good suggestion.
how many of them are there? I'm not the guard captain. Like, so I saw your flyer. How many ruffians are there?
How many do we have to get?
He stands up. Well, I see that you saw the poster in the inn. I'm glad that you've come here to help us. Not that we necessarily need the help, but keeping the
Okay.
spiders
I
out.
just fucking turn around and start walking out. Like, oh, okay.
He's got to be proud a little bit. I got half my squad is currently in the southeast, handling the spiders. But I could definitely use some adventurers' hands in handling these stupid little children in town.
Do we just go and Anakin all of them? A bunch of children.
Nah,
You just spray painting. Nope, you're dead. Sorry.
kill the kids.
they're not actually children. He's just calling them kids because they're younger than him. But the Goliath stands up, still walks around to the front of his desk and leans on the front of it. So you looking to bring these ruffians in for me?
Yeah, you're okay with corpses, right?
Well, I prefer them alive so that they can face appropriate punishment. But obviously, if they're dead, they can't cause no more harm. If that's what you're looking for. Last that we heard of them, they were working their way through a small den on the southeast side of town.
Working through a small den, like they're clearing it out. They're having sex with every person in it. Like, what?
Well, it might be their new hideout. They've been slowly gathering thieves amongst them. It seems like a
Interesting.
new guild forming, but we can't have that here.
You can't arrest the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
I just ask him like, about how many would there be?
Last on my count was 5.
So you got 5 dudes causing you a problem. That's a book club, my friend.
Last time, we lit the building on fire, scattered them about, ran them over with a cart, and then decided to arrest them and got one person done. Our party turned into a vampire.
God
If you
damn
want
it.
a quick recap.
You want a quick recap, yeah. Is there something we should know about these ruffians? Do they dabble in black magic, or are they just a couple of thugs with daggers?
Well, if they were just a couple of wee thugs, then obviously our guards would be able to handle it.
So they're actually a threat to you, and your guards still aren't handling it.
They're a decent threat. Every set of guards I send that way that I can sacrifice have them come back either bloodied, beaten, or broken.
All right, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna like go 1 second. I'm gonna like huddle up with the group and go like, in all honesty, we're getting about 50 gold out of this. Do you guys really want to handle this?
Okay, yes.
All right. Point us in their direction.
Alright. So he kind of unfolds a map across his desk and he points down to on the southeastern side of the city, and just outside there's a small cave. He marks it on Lucas, mark it on your map. I think I am going to call it there. I just
Yes, 100%.
But so you guys are in town. It is just about middle of the day. You finished your breakfast. You did a little bit of shopping, and you managed to contact the guard captain about these ruffians. And we'll pick up there next week.
Fantastic.
Hey, thanks for tuning in on this episode of Beyond the World's Veil. We hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to hit that follow button and subscribe for some future episodes. We stream every Monday around 8 p.m. Eastern. You can also find copies of each episode on my YouTube channel with the link below. You can also check out our stream server on Discord with the link next to that. Thanks again, and hope to see you guys next week. Now enjoy this masterpiece by yours truly, Kenny the Kenku.
I am Steezy. I am back. I'm not afraid to drop in. The gods of Sturk are